Something about your sweet kiss coming from those soft lips, just like a magnet. I'm drawn closer to you every moment. Girl, I won't leave you lonely. You know by now you're all I need. You make me strong, you understand. You make me wanna be a better man. When I'm with you, you make me feel, baby, for the first time, love is real. Girl, you changed me, made me less crazy. You came and saved me from myself. You wanna know the truth, I don't deserve you. This is something I've never felt. Closer to you every moment. Girl, I won't leave you lonely. You know by now you're all I need. You make me strong, you understand. You make me wanna be a better man. When I'm with you, you make me feel, baby, for the first time, love is real. From the start, the real thing is what you are. Real is your hand in mine for a real long time. You make me strong, you understand. You make me wanna be a better man. When I'm with you, you make me feel, baby, for the first time, love is real. Real.
It's not quite a religious experience, but it's damn close.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Hello.
Hello.
The wheel is turning, but the hamster's dead.
Seriously? You guys gotta come up with a better name. Whatever. I'm not even getting paid for this show.
Broadcasting worldwide from his basement.
To the basement! 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 Up to the basement! To the basement! To the basement!
We've been cleared for takeoff.
You're listening to Tim Kelly
on Indie Country Radio.
Fireworks exploding in our hearts, tangled up in the backseat of my car. Moon shining through the trees, magnolia on the evening breeze. Feeling you against my skin, going places we've never been. I wanna be there by your side, making love till the morning. Gonna need another night like this. You got something that I can't resist. One kiss and I never wanna let you go. Oh, oh. Don't wanna miss another minute. Don't want another day without you in it. You're all I want, and I know I'm gonna need another night like this. Never felt it coming on so strong. Girl, you got me right where I belong. We can head west out of town and watch another sun go down. Find the perfect place to party, slow dancing underneath the stars. I never want this thing to end. I wanna do it all over. Gonna need another night like this. You got something that I can't resist. One kiss and I never wanna let you go. Oh, oh, oh. Don't wanna miss another minute. Don't want another day without you in it. You're all I want, and I know I'm gonna need another night like this. Tonight is where it all begins. I wanna feel this way all over and over. Gonna need another night like this. You got something that I can't resist. One kiss and I never wanna let you go. Oh, oh, don't wanna miss another minute. Don't want another day without you in it. You're all I want, and I know I'm gonna need another night like this.
His name is Jeff Dane. He's originally from Springfield, Missouri, and he is going to be in Springfield, Missouri later on this month. Another night like this, and a great tune before that called Real. He is now from Nashville, Tennessee, making real good music, isn't he? Welcome to a 2 for Tuesday edition of Today's Country. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. We are Indie Country Radio. New country music by unsigned artists is what we play, and we're going to do it again today. Back-to-back plays of all your favorite country music in a 2-hour show. And then here in a little bit, we're going to be talking to Mr. Terry Douglas, and he is a great artist from the state of Ohio. We had a great show from the state of Ohio, didn't we, this morning with Rise and Shine with Miss Brenda Corbin. Good country music. And we always love to play your requests too, by the way, so if there's something I can do for you, hit me up in our live chat room. Just go to Spreaker.com, search Indie Country Radio, or you can follow us on what we call that big Twitter machine at New Country's Best. Here's another gentleman from the state of Ohio. We absolutely love his traditional country music. He is Richard Lynch with the Richard Lynch Band. Country music isn't country anymore.
As a boy, I remember without fail every Sunday afternoon my daddy played Merle Haggard loud enough to shake the shingles on the roof. All us kids in the neighborhood knew every word that Mama tried, and I've heard it on the radio not once since the day my daddy died. Hank Thompson, Johnny Paycheck, and George Jones, Patsy Cline, and Sonny James. It's so wrong, the only place I hear him sing is in the Country Hall of Fame. Country radio's neglected the legends that made Nashville what it is, and I bet my country ass that I'll be gone before I hear them played again. What a shame country music isn't country anymore. How I miss Luke the Drifter when I hear that old lonesome whistle blow. Twin fiddles and a whining steel guitar never graced my radio. God, I hate the country music isn't country anymore. I never thought I'd see the day that pop and rock and roll would rule this town. When George Strait hangs his hat up Music City, be down for the count. Like when the Okie from Muskogee sang, a joint was just a bad place to be. She thinks I still care and faded love are just precious memories. Woody, Johnny Cash, and Kitty Wells, and the list goes on and on. Gone and long forgotten by mainstream country radio. But come Sunday afternoon, I'll raise every single window in my house and pay honor to their memories, the way my daddy taught me how. Yeah, it's a shame country music isn't country anymore. How I miss Luke the Drifter when I hear that old lonesome whistle blow. Twin fiddles and a white and steel guitar never graced my radio. God, I hate that country music isn't country anymore. Yeah, it's a sin that country music isn't country anymore.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
I was driving, it was raining, on my way to bring her roses. When I got there, she wasn't there alone. Oh, it tore my world to pieces to know we'd never be together. So I said goodbye and headed off down the road. I couldn't see for the tears had rained. I heard the crash and I felt the pain, and my life was over just like that. But I'm in a better place, no more tears on my face. Up here above the clouds, I can see clearly now. She was my reason for living, and after all the love I'd given, I never dreamed I'd die with this heartache. Oh, but I'm in a better place. Now she's standing there crying like she's dying to hold me. Too bad she waited too late. I spent most of my life just trying to make her love me. I can't believe what it took to finally make her look my way. The preacher man sends up a prayer, the organ music fills the air, and a choir sings as they carry me away. But I'm in a better place, no more tears on my face. Up here above the clouds, I can see clearly now. She was my reason for living, and after all the love I'd given, I never dreamed I'd die with this heartache. a better place.
That song spent 13 weeks at number 1 on the Indie Country Music Charts. He is an Indie Country Hall of Famer, which means that he's been doing this for at least 15 years. He has a radio show, Traditionally Lynch, that he's been doing on a WSM radio in Nashville, Tennessee, right there at the Grand Ole Opry. Absolutely good stuff. And he is Richard Lynch from the Richard Lynch Band, Waynesville, Ohio. We would like to welcome Miss Sunny Allen to the show. She is live in our chat room right now. First time hearing this good country music that we play here on Indie Country Radio. So we hope you're liking everything we got going on so far. You're going to love our interview with Mr. Terry Douglas coming up shortly. Let's get to more music right now. Lori Lynn from Lori Lynn Music. This is called True. And she also does a show, Songbird Indie Radio, right here on Spreaker.com.
Emanating from my radio this morning.
We apologize for what he said.
Blah, 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 blah.
We have no idea. We're just making it up as we go along.
The guy's awesome.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
3, 2, 1.
Drop it.
Your station for new country now.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Today's country.
Pretty wild.
Broadcasting worldwide from his basement.
In the basement! 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 Up to the basement!
You're listening to Tim Kelly on Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Here I am at the Roundup Cafe, minding my business, throwing my heart away. The room was crowded, we had a good time, while the house band played How a Cowgirl Says Goodbye.
That ship has sailed, that's now in the past. I've moved on to a love that lasts.
I do wish now I had tempted fate, but now regret that it's all too late. I thought I was over you till you walked in. It's an aching situation, I'm going downhill again.
I've been haunted by the memories of a fool, hoping that you would call me again. Not so long ago, our hearts were in tune, but you left me for another girl.
I thought I was over you till you walked in. It's an aching situation, I'm going downhill again.
Now is not the time to regret. We should try to forget. What we had is in the past. Our love faded all too fast.
I forgot about the nights I had with you. That look in your eyes made me fall for you again.
You're holding piece of a dream long gone. You had my love, but you done me wrong.
I thought I was over you till you walked in. It's an aching situation, I'm going downhill again. Open up old wounds that had not healed. I thought I was over you till the hurt settled in.
I thought I was over you.
She is Lori Lynn. You can find her on what we call the big Twitter machine at Lori Lynn Music. And like I said, she's a radio DJ too. She has Songbird Indie Radio, and she is on Thursday nights right here on Spreaker.com playing new country music and all kind of different genres. Love her stuff. And she's a great artist too, isn't she? A duet right there with Axel O from Axel O & Co. And he is from Reykjavik, Iceland. She was in Texas. He was in Iceland at the time they put that together, and it turned out perfect. perfect. I thought I was over you. Well, I'll tell you what, we got Mr. Terry Douglas on the phone. I'm going to put him on in just a little bit. We're going to talk off the air. I want to tell the clean joke of the day and then get you back into one more double play. So here we go. How do spiders communicate? Through the World Wide Web. That's right. That's your clean joke of the day, and you guys can communicate to us through the World Wide Web as well. Go to Spreaker.com, search Indie Country Radio, and come into our live chat room. We would love to say hello to you, and the artists come in here and hang out as well. Really, really cool stuff. Mr. Randy Moore is up now. The title track of his latest project is called Highway 59 on Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
On the football team, get knocked on my ass wasn't my thing. Coach Jones cussing my name and tooting that whistle. I had a lot more time after school, chasing girls at the swimming pool. If Daddy was home from work, he'd take me fishing. We'd hook up the boat to the old Blue Jimmy, fill the cooler with beer and Viennas, hit that 2-lane up around Black Cat Ridge. Follow that sun through the Texas pines to Big John's in the evening time, just across that Trinity River Bridge. And we'd listen to the songs on the radio station on Highway 59, past the Wolf Steakhouse and the Whataburger stand, sitting on the left-hand side. We'd fish till dark and pull in the line, get home around supper time, while Waylon and Willie sang one more time. From that radio station on Highway 59. I took Lynn to see Billy Jack in my 69 Pontiac, Saturday night at the Starlight Drive-In Show. Never saw how the movie went, I couldn't keep my hands to myself. She gave me a dirty look and said, take me home. So we listened to the songs from the radio station on Highway 59. She didn't look too happy on the ride back home, but she must have had a change of mind. She scooted over close by my side. We made out by the driveway lot while Johnny Rodriguez sang Pass Me By. From that radio station on Highway 59. House south of Sugar Land, Phi Delta Theta and my brother Stan, Colorado Kool-Aid and college girls going swimming. I got so drunk I laid down in the yard. I woke up to spinning stars all the way back home. My head was out the window, but I could hear them songs from the radio station on Highway 59. With my head held over the shoulder of the road on that East Tex Freeway Drive, I was counting and cussing them exit signs, wondering every mile am I gonna die, while Fred Fender sang wasted days and wasted nights. From that radio station on Highway 59. Wish I had a time machine, I'd drive back there in my dreams, down that 2-lane road that takes me home, and listen to the songs from the radio station on Highway 59. Past the Wolf Steakhouse and the Whataburger stand, sitting on the left-hand side. We'd fish till dark and pull in the lines, get home around supper time, while Waylon and Willie sang one more time. From that radio station on Highway 59. I miss some old times on Highway 59.
he don't play that song, I'm gonna spit some chaw in his eye.
You're listening to the 2016 Nashville Universe Awards Radio Network of the Year. Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
If you could see inside my heart, you would find a place where you belong, a place that's safe from all the rain, from all the pain that's done you harm. I'll be your refuge from the storm. When seas are calm and skies are blue, the winds are steady and sailing smooth. I hope and pray this perfect day will stay, but if it all goes wrong, I'll be your refuge from the storm. I can't stop the wind from blowing. I can't stop the rain from falling. All I can be is your true friend. When that old blue norther comes blowing in, a harbor safe, a selfless shore. When bows break and sails are torn, I'll be your refuge from the storm. I can't be the stars that guide you. I can't be the wind that drives you. So chart your course while skies are clear. Set your sails high and have no fear. But if bows break and sails are torn, there is a place you can call home. I'll be your refuge from the storm. I'll be your refuge from the storm.
His name is Randy Moore, and he did quite well with that song. Still doing well with it. It is called Refuge, and then before that, the title track to his latest CD, Highway 59, and that's where you can find him. On Twitter is Randy Moore, HWY59. Well, we're live with Mr. Terry Douglas this morning from the state of Ohio. How are you this morning, sir?
Doing fantastic. How are you, Tim?
I'm doing great. Sounds like you've got it going on in the background, too.
Oh, yeah. I got the kids and the dogs and everything going on today.
Yeah, I hear you. We got our little grandson today. He just left with his mama, so we could have some peace and quiet through this interview. And we've got lots of folks loaded up in the chat room ready to hear you on the radio today. So I want to give a big shout out to all of them. Your management company, Phyllis Salter Gann. She is from Sherman, Texas. We need to talk one of these days. I've been to Sherman many times. Spent 20 years in southeast Oklahoma. I lived in Ada for 20 years, and Durant and all that area of Oklahoma is just right next to Sherman. Used to go down there quite a bit. So she's a nice lady, and you did quite well in having her manage you.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate to have found that whole bunch of folks there, great artists, and she does a great job with the management side of it for me. Like we were talking a little bit ago before we came on the air, it's an adjustment for sure.
Yeah.
Going from doing it all yourself to having a team behind you, it's a welcome change for me for sure.
Right, absolutely. Well, let's talk about how you got into music. I'm looking at your bio on your website, and it says that your uncle gave you your first guitar at 8 years old, and from that day you were hooked on playing the guitar. What got you into country music, though? Was country your main genre that you wanted to go for when you started out?
I grew up in a house that had, we had one of those old consoles that had like the 8-track and a record player and a radio in it, right? And then underneath there were a bunch of 45s, everything from old rock, Elvis, stuff like that, to classic country, and I grew up on all that stuff.
Okay.
So my uncle that gave me the guitar was actually a bluegrass player. So, I think his goal was to teach me how to play guitar and go play with him. I started, took some lessons, learned to play a few chords here, enough to be dangerous, I guess. And then, I hit that ripe old age of, 13, 14, and then girls became ever prevalent at that point in time.
Yeah.
So I set the guitar down for a year or two and came back to it. And then actually the first genre of music I played in a band was actually metal music. Okay. Crazy enough,
wow.
Right? It was, I was pretty prominent at that point in time.
Yeah.
And what really led me back to country music is I was in that band for a few years, and things were going really well, and that kind of split up, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I kind of just took a break for a while, and came back to it and just started picking at it, just picking it up in the bedroom or whatever, and that kind of led me into let me go ahead and go out to an open mic. Let me go ahead and book a show, and then here we are all these years later, and it's just kind of built over the years.
Right. Let me get a song on the radio. You've done that here at Indie Country Radio, and I hope you're getting played on some other stations now, because, man, you got some good music, and the first song I'm going to play here in a little bit, Hot Mess Express, I love that song. That's a great song, great write. We'll talk about that in a little bit, that you wrote it, but let me ask you, too, now, you sound kind of like Don Gates. I interviewed him last week. I don't know if you know who he is, but he just moved from Tampa, Florida, and he was into metal, too, and he said Tampa, Florida is basically the world capital for metal, so he taught me something there. I did not know that. And but he's kind of like you. He had the country roots, because that's what he kind of listened to growing up. So who's your favorite country music artist growing up? Is anybody that you kind of patterned your career after that really influenced you?
Well, I mean, the old stuff, all the old stuff like Merle and, Johnny and Hank and Willie, those guys are good. They kind of did it their own way, and that's kind of how I've done it too. And, newer stuff, I listen to like a lot of Ward Davis, Cody Jinks, that kind of stuff. So,
there you go.
Stuff that's a little bit off
the
beaten path. I don't listen to a whole lot of radio very much anymore. Like as far as like regular FM stations in Columbus, and they play the same 7 songs over and over.
I'm friends with Ward Davis on Facebook. He's got a great song. I believe it's called Going Home or something like that. I can't remember exactly now. He's only got 1 or 2 that we have. I'd like to have some more from him because he's really good.
Yeah, that one song that he has, what is it, 15 years in a 10-year town or something like that?
Okay.
That's a real good tune.
I haven't heard that one, but he's good.
Yeah, so when I'm trying to pattern what I do, I guess I look to those type of artists for influence on far as the steps to take and stuff, because they've kind of done it their own way, and they're selling out, the Ryman in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm guessing that they kind of got something figured out there. So.
Exactly. Well, I was looking at, and let's talk about that too. Selling out some gigs. You're playing the honky tonks and bars all over Ohio, and I'm sure your goal is that you want to go further than that. And so me and Brenda's talked about this. I'm in Branson, Missouri. They call it the live show capital of the world here. There's lots of theaters, lots of gigs, and especially in the wintertime months, if you're willing to come here, there's places to play, because a lot of these theaters are looking for something to put in there so they can have shows year round. And
right.
That's what we would like to try to do for you guys. So if you're willing to travel a little bit, man, we'd sure love to meet you here in the middle of the country one of these days too.
Sure thing. We'll get with Phyllis and we'll talk about it, and we can see what we can come up with.
Absolutely. Now, it says here on your bio, too, in November of 2017, you hired a gentleman by the name of Scott Logston to be your band leader and your band manager. Let's talk about that a little bit and give those guys a shout-out in your band. And we talk about how, hard it is to put a band together and maybe keep a band together. So how's that going for you? And give these guys a shout-out, who's ever in your band.
Sure. We've got, Scott, we call him the Animal, on drums. He's the band leader / manager at this point. I can explain that a little bit here in a minute. Mm-hmm. We have Molly Young on bass. She actually is the manager of the School of Rock that's in Columbus here. So she has a education background in music. Uh-huh. I have a import, or I guess I can call him the import, from Memphis. His name's Jason Barden. He's on the guitar. And then I have Jerry Miller on the steel guitar. That he's an old picker. It's just phenomenal, man. He is just fantastic.
Man, everybody that comes in and listens to our shows, and I listen for it too. Every time we play something with some steel guitar in there, there's going to be a comment in the chat room. I love the steel. I love the steel. and you got to have that, man, in country music. We love that.
I was very fortunate because there's only in Ohio, there's only probably maybe a half dozen steel guitar players in Ohio.
Uh-huh.
And I was lucky enough to land this guy, and I'm just very fortunate to have him. So.
Absolutely.
But so I met Scott back in 17. We actually had met before that when I did like a gig at this one place, and I had my buddy come out and just kind of fill in on guitar with me. Mm-hmm. And he was his drummer. And I told Scott, I'm like, hey, if you ever become available, look me up, give me a call. So in November 2017, I got a call, hey, I'm available. I'm like, really? I'm like, all right, well, here's what I want to do. I want you to be, the band manager. So you manage the people in the band and, coordinate the practice and, help me find the people. And
uh-huh.
It's like, okay. I said, well, let's not do anything until after the first of the year. So I think it was January 5th of 2018. He's like, hey, we're going to have practice next Wednesday. Are you available? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, with who? He's like, oh, well, I got Jerry on steel and Molly on bass and Jason on guitar. I'm like,
uh-huh.
And you put that together quick. So, we don't let any grass grow under our feet. We played our first gig 4 weeks later. It was a short little 30-minute kind of trial run gig for a friend of mine. And it went really well. And opportunities started to present themselves. So I don't know if you're familiar with in Nashville, they have Tequila Cowboys down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have one in Columbus.
Okay.
Well, our third gig out is going to be Tequila Cowboys in Columbus. So,
well, cool.
Yeah, go big or go home, I guess. So
there you go. Absolutely. Well, I used to, I was back in Nashville in 2008, and that's when I really started to be thinking about radio and how cool it is to meet these artists and stuff, because I hung out at a place with a buddy of mine called Losers, and George Strait's manager is Mr. Irv Woolsey. He owns half of that bar, and then they built one next door called Winners. And guys used to come in there with their guitars and sit down at the bar, and they're getting paid a weekly a paycheck to write songs. And they would sit there at the bar, have a beer, and, just start writing songs. They got their notepads right there and everything. And I thought, man, that's a pretty cool way to make a living.
Yeah.
So, and you write songs, too. You said you wrote Hot Mess Express that I'm going to play here in a moment for your wife. So tell us how that came about.
Well, it started off because, back when we first met and stuff, you know, she would just always tell me all the time that she was just a hot mess. And then it kind of morphed into that phrase, Hot Mess Express.
Uh-huh.
And I just kind of started thinking about it, and like, we'd been together for probably about a year at that point in time. I'm like, I'm going to write you a song. I'm going to call it Hot Mess Express. And she's like, yeah, whatever, you know. And really, you know, it's kind of, you know, just about, if you kind of listen to it, it's fun. It's kind of, you know, jovial, but, you know, it's really about, you know, the way that you look at her and the way that you view her, you know, and you know those little quirks and idiosyncrasies about her, and you love her anyway, you know.
Right.
And you know, one of them, the one line in the song is "Gas gauge is on E again." My wife has a game with her car to see how far she can go with that light on. And if I'm in the car, I'm like, "There's a gas station. Pull over. Let's get some gas." I kind of feel like she does it just so I fill up her tank, but I'm not sure.
Mine is the same way. We played that game last week, in fact, and she knows it can go quite a ways, but she goes, "I think you're going to have to follow me to the gas station," which is literally 2 blocks from our house. I said, "No, I'll jump in with you, and we'll go in there, and I'll pump the gas, you know, because I think that's the way you need to treat your lady." You know, I saw a post like that on Facebook. If I drove by the gas pump and saw some lady pumping gas, and the guy was in the car on his phone, so I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
I'm going to get out and pump the gas, but we made it to the gas station, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's you know, so you know, that's where it came from, you know, really just the way that I view her, and you know, how much I love her, even with her little things like that, you know, that you know, that go on in normal everyday life, and just, you know, learn to appreciate those little things about each other. That's what, you know, what it's about.
That's what it's about. And I'll tell you what, you know, in a relationship, if you can love and laugh, you know, both of those things got to be included, because we do that all the time in our relationship. You know, I met my soulmate about 5 years ago, and I was married for 20 years, but you know, we didn't have that laughter constantly, and the love, you know, every day getting texts and little things, you know, I love you, you know, just I'm sitting there on my job, you know, and get those texts all day long, and you know, that's the kind of relationship that really works for us. I mean, you got to have that laughter in there too, and just have a good time with your mate.
Absolutely. Every morning, even though we just left each other, I'll be on my way to work, and as soon as I turn the corner by the gas station down in a little town from here, I text her, and I pull over and I text her and tell her, you know, morning, beautiful, I love you. Every morning. I haven't missed a morning since. So.
You're awesome. Well, we're going to play this song, Hot Mess Express, and then a song that's very appropriate. The next one's called Better Man. There's probably no better man for her than Terry Douglas. So sounds like. And you got a little one in the background, too. You said she was born on July 7th. My grandson was born on July 4th, so they're real close to the same age.
Yeah, she's 2 going on 18, I feel like sometimes.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Yeah, she's already pushing all your buttons on your equipment, you said. So that's she's turning the volume up on Dad's music. That's good.
Yeah, it's a funny story. Yeah, she we were at a gig a couple weeks ago, and I tried to let her come out. Her and her mom come out. She's been coming out to him since she was 7 days old. Like, if it's an early, like 6 to 9 or 7 to 10 kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so she gets up on stage with me. Sometimes she's just up there standing by the speaker dancing, and sometimes she likes to wander around. Well, she snuck behind me. The next thing I know, my guitar got real loud. I looked over, and she looked at me, and then she kind of turned it back down and walked away. So,
well, we're going to turn up the volume on Hot Mess Express right now, and then we're going to come back and talk a little bit more and tell everybody where they can get your hands on your music. Terry Douglas right here on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on a 2 for Tuesday.
Early in the morning, sun shining down, rushing around, gotta let them old dogs out. Putting on your makeup, laying out your clothes. I don't want you to leave this bedroom, but I know you have to go. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little Hot Mess Express. Mess Express. Dancing around the kitchen, hot mess express. Hurrying up for being late, hot mess express. Running out the front door, hot mess express. Gas gauges on E again. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express. Later in the evening, meet me for a bed. The place is loud and rowdy, gotta get you right out of here. To a place less crowded, where the lights are way down low. Looking into those big green eyes, I gotta let you know. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express.
Hot Mess Express, Mr. Terry Douglas, right here on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best, and a song you wrote for your wife. Absolutely love playing that song. It is awesome, and I'll tell you what, man, if you get a wife that's a hot mess, then congratulations to you, because that's what makes the world go around. It's a lot more fun, isn't it?
It is. She's a hoot, let me tell you what.
All right. Well, let's talk about songwriting for just a little bit on this next cut, because that's something that 99% of the indie artists that we play here on Indie Country Radio do, is write their own songs. And so I know you wrote Hot Mess Express. Tell us about your writing style, though. Is it one that, you wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning in a dream, something or an idea that you had, you write it down and finish it later? Or do you do like Taylor Swift and sit down on a napkin and write a song in 30 minutes or less and finish it?
Well, yes. So,
yes to all that.
It depends. Like sometimes a song can come to me really quick, and you can write something down, and a little bit of tweaking here, here and there. 20 minutes later, you have a song. Sometimes it's a struggle. My style is I don't force anything. If I start writing something, I have books upon books of stuff that have like a verse, or a chorus, or something, and then I'll go back through and reread them, and I'll be like, oh, you know what? This clicks now. Let me start working on this. But sometimes, like the this last album, I wanted to name the album Written in the Parking Lot, because I always joke with people when I'm playing live and I'm doing a cover. I'll be like, I wrote this one in the parking lot before I got here. That's kind of where the title came from, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I had the music for it, and I didn't have all the words. I couldn't quite figure it out what I wanted to do. I literally pulled into work, sat in my parking lot at work, and wrote Written in the Parking Lot. So I thought it was kind of fitting that it was actually written in the parking lot. I wrote it in about probably 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I was late for work that day, but, it was worth it.
Now, as far as your songs go that you write, are you the kind of artist that says, I'm going to keep these all to myself, or do you think of maybe somebody else that you might have in mind that might record that song that's a big-name artist, say a George Strait or a Justin Moore or a Thomas Rhett or somebody like that? Do you say, man, I'm going to pitch this song to them? Do you do any of that?
Well, no, being in Ohio, I'm kind of out of that loop, So when I write, I really write for me.
Okay.
I want to make sure that it's something that if I'm going to sing it today or I'm going to sing it 2 years from now, it's something that I'm going to be proud of. And if it fits somebody else's style and they want to come cut it, by all means, let's talk about it, you know. But I can't. I've never been one to really chase a trend. When I hear me and I hear what I do, I have more of a classic type sound, and I'm okay with that. That stuff comes and goes quite a bit, and it's in the swing of coming back around now. So if I'm happy with it at the end of the day, that's what's most important to me, because the way that I see it is I have to get up in this bar and sell this song to these 30, 40, 50, 60 people that are in there.
Yeah.
That's what's important to me.
Exactly.
I can't sell myself short to try to write for somebody else. Yep. But if they want to come record it, we can talk. So,
Well, we try to do that for a lot of folks. We work with a lot of songwriters too, and that's where the songs come from. They begin on paper, and you put a hook to it, then you get a band or studio musicians together, you start producing that song, and you tweak it. Maybe there's a verse in there that you don't quite care for, you want to reword that, or maybe even the title. I've seen several songs that we've gotten that the title's different than what the original song was. So, there's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes before it's a finished product. I'm sure you'll agree.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, not to say that, I wouldn't record somebody else's song if it hit me,
Right.
But there's a ton of work that goes in. For us indie artists, a lot of times we're our own producer, we're our own studio musicians, we're it,
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, where, it might take 4 hours in a studio in Nashville to cut a song, with everybody's schedules and everything's going on here. It might take us 2 weeks, and then another week to mix it and master it, because you're dealing with, life, family and work and everything that falls around, you working on that. I've spent a lot of late nights, I can tell you that, and early mornings working on my music. So.
Right. Well, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, it's getting recognized because we are members, and you are too, of this thing called the Nashville Universe, and they're having their award show on May the 8th this year. It's a Tuesday night. We won Radio Station of the Year at the last one that they had. We were very honored for that. I won Broadcaster of the Year, which blew me away, because I'm sitting up there on stage, and that's the first one he handed me. And then he says, hang around for just a second. I got something else for you. And then we got that one, too. But so you picked up 7 categories this year for the Nashville Universe Awards. And I'm telling you, I was voting for you. I vote for a little... every time I get to log in and vote again, I kind of change it up, because we play so many of you guys. And, I've done so many of these interviews. And after you do an interview with somebody or meet them in person, you kind of get a different feel of the artist, because... that guy is genuine or whatever, because we've talked and we've visited, and it just becomes a different relationship the next time I go to get on the radio. So that's what's really cool. And we sure hope we can meet you guys on May the 8th at the Wild Horse Saloon there in Nashville and walk the red carpet together. You'll have a great time.
Well, I hope so, man. We'll have to wait and see how this next round brings.
Right?
But,
we're sitting on pins and needles right now, too.
I've been checking all day, hoping it would come up. But I've never been really good at those things. I'm not one to really go out and beg for votes. I hope the music speaks for itself, and but it sure would be nice to bring one of those home to our SU family.
Well, I tell you what, I'm the same way with the radio station, and for me, I'm not a big self-promoter either. I've ran those voting polls. I know the work that it takes to go into them, and and I really want to just play the great country music. Every time we push the play button, I want this radio station to sound good, and you sure help it make it sound good. We are glad to have your music. And I know Brenda's a fan of classic country, so you guys, and she's from Ohio too, so you guys will probably get to meet one of these days. You're only a few, maybe 100 miles away from her or something like that we were talking about. So, hopefully you guys get to meet one day. And let me ask about your social media before we get off the air too, because what we want to do around here is, our motto is, if you like it, buy it. Help these indie artists out, because you're using your money probably to record your next song. You may not be making a lot of money in music right now. You're just starting out, and I know that's your goal, but you guys need to buy their music if you like it. So where can they find you?
Well, probably the easiest place to start is just go out to my website, www.terrydouglasmusic.com. From there, there's a link. You can buy the CD. You can buy it directly from the website there. It also has links to iTunes and Facebook and every social media that I'm on. But and all of the big places where the music is where my stuff is. So you can find it on iTunes if you're an iPhone user, Google Music, Amazon. But I can send you a CD direct from the website as well. I think I have them on sale right now for $7.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, spend that $7. I mean, you walk into Starbucks, it's $5 for a cup of coffee, right?
Yeah.
So definitely buy some Terry Douglas music, and you'll definitely enjoy it. Well, I want to go out with this song called Better Man. Tell me about this song, a little bit what it's about. Did you write it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
Yep. This is one of those songs. It's pretty personal for me. There was a time where I was heading down the wrong path. I was playing a lot of shows, and sometimes when you're out playing those shows, there's people start buying you drinks and shots, and it was getting borderline almost to get out of control for me. So this song I wrote, kind of just from coming out of that place. I basically decided one day that I was just going to stop all that stuff. Quit drinking, like the whole thing, and I haven't touched it since. And this was kind of like my promise to my family to make some changes. And that's where it came from. So it's definitely a personal song for me, for sure.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, I never know when I ask that question, what a song's about, but that one really has got to be special to you. So we're glad that you're doing great in that area, and a lot of songs are about drinking in country music, aren't they? And whiskey. I've got several songs, and tons of them in the title or in the lyrics. But you make good country music. I'm just going to put it out there. You are one of the best country music artists we've got in our lineup. So we absolutely love spinning your music, and we're going to keep doing that. It's so hard doing this new country thing. The music comes in daily, and we just keep loading new ones up. Brenda had me edit a couple of front ends today that had some dead air and put them in the library. So we got 2 more brand new songs today right before we went on the air. So we are sure glad to play Terry Douglas music, though, and that's where you can look him up, terrydouglasmusic.com, Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of good stuff. And we appreciate you for doing the interview today and wish you a lot of success. And you want to talk about something new that you got going on, be sure to hit up me or Brenda, and we would love to speak with you again.
Sounds great, Tim. Thank you.
You bet. Have a great day, and we will definitely see you on the radio. Mr. Terry Douglas, this is called Better Man on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on a 2 for Tuesday.
Life's tough enough. to be a man. Make her understand. Life throws curves, twists and turns, going round and round, up and down. The changes that I've made are making me a better man. You're pulling me right through it with the touch of your hand. Have a little patience, and then I hope you'll see I'm trying to be a better man. My mind is wrong most of the time, and you just know to set it right. I'm stubborn most all the time, and so are you. It makes us right. The changes that I've made are making me a better man. Pulling me right through it with the touch of your hand. Have a little patience, and then I hope you'll see. Just trying to be a better man. I say a prayer to the Lord above. I thank Him that you're still here, still here. The changes that I made are making me a better man. You're pulling me right through it with the touch of your hand. Have a little patience, and then I hope you'll see. Just trying to be a better man.
His name is Terry Douglas. Terry Douglas Music, both Facebook, or T Douglas Music, actually, on Twitter. Twitter don't let you have that many letters, so go follow Mr. Terry Douglas at T Douglas Music and tell him you heard him twice today right here on Indie Country Radio, and a great radio interview on his part, that is. Absolutely love talking to him, and I'll tell you what, you guys go buy his music as well. Good stuff. Well, this next artist is a two-time Indie Award winner. You can find her at B. Marie Official. She is Brittany Marie, nominated in several categories for this year's Nashville Universal Awards. This is Galveston Drive on today's Country from Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Rolling on that old dirt road where she grew up. Daddy's in the field again, and he's got that tractor stuck. She's glad there's just some things that never change. She turns the wheel, heads down the bank and up to that bridge. Daddy takes a handkerchief, waves and wipes his head. And she's still amazed that he works this way. His two strong hands, how she loves that man. 'Cause the sun still Drive. Down the road there's a little church where she gave her heart away. At 9 years old and at 23, on her wedding day, the first kiss by the creek under that oak tree. The phone rings and she hears his voice. He's wondering where she's gone. She said I needed to clear my head, so I made a quick trip home. I came back to find what we left behind. In this gravel dust, I'm down here finding love. 'Cause the sun still shines on Galveston Drive. Now my crew run 58 to 159. Those old potholes, that country road shaped her life. It's her miracle mile, Galveston Drive. He said, darling, I've been thinking that you're right. So stay right where you are. I'll be there by the morning light. 'Cause the sun still shines on Galveston Drive. Now mark her 158 to 159. Those old potholes, that country road shapes her life. It's her miracle mile, Galveston Drive. It's my miracle mile, Galveston Drive.
It's what's now. Right now. It's what's next. And what's different. It's on. Thus the hot cowgirls.
Oh, sexy girlfriend. Today's country.
Pretty wild.
Broadcasting worldwide from his basement.
In the basement! In the basement! In the basement! In the basement! Up to the basement! In the basement! In the basement!
We've been cleared for takeoff.
You're listening to Tim Kelly
on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I'm surprised in my state of mind. Our eyes found each other's. I gotta admit, you're making me forget what I came to drink away. So if I'm what you want, let me know quickly. 'Cause I'm thinking you might be the one.
You can check out the video to Red Light on Indie Country Television. Just head over to our website, indiecountryradio.net. Hit that More tab on the right and click down to 2 channels of Indie Country Television. Miss Brittany Marie, nominated for Video of the Year with Red Light at the Nashville Universal Awards as well. And like I said to Terry, we are sitting on pins and needles waiting for the second round nominations to come out. So Terry had 7 of them. He's probably going to be in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or maybe 7. We'll see what happens there. But go to NashvilleUniverse.com if you haven't already. Make yourself a free account. Join the Nashville Universe. It's absolutely free to do it. You have to be a member in order to vote. And we look forward to seeing you on the red carpet May the 8th in Nashville, Tennessee at the world-famous Wild Horse Saloon. Man, I sure would love to see this gentleman again. We met him about 3 years ago in Eagleville, Tennessee at another great award show we did. He is from Arizona, the Tony Corrales Band, TCB Country on Twitter. This is called Fight for Your Love on today's Country from Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on a 2 for Tuesday.
I still open doors for you, baby. Give you a kiss goodnight. And even when things turn out wrong, I do my best to make it right. You used to leave little notes. I'd find them throughout my day. I wanna be your one and only. I see you're in love but lonely. So I'm gonna fight for your love. Show you everything this man is made of. And I take one hell of a beating to learn how to treat you right. 'Cause girl, I'm not going down without a fight. I miss you when you're gone, even just for the day. All the beauty I still see in you just takes my breath away. You used to walk up behind and wrap your loving arms around me. I wanna be your one and only. I see you're in love but lonely. So I'm gonna fight for your love. Show you everything this man is made of. And I take one hell of a beating to learn how to treat you right. 'Cause girl, I'm not going down without a fight. Baby, I'm gonna fight to make this house a home. And I'm sorry I made you feel so alone. So I'm gonna fight for your love. Show you everything this man is made of. And I take one hell of a beating to learn how to treat you right. 'Cause girl, I'm not going down. No, 'cause girl, I'm not going down a fight. No.
Nobody knows new country
like we know new country.
Indie Country Radio, new country's best.
It's an everyday traffic jam to a grumpy old boss man, overworked and underpaid, and them deadlines are killing you these days. Baby, I know exactly what you need, so come on home to me. Baby, slip off them high heels, business suits, slide into them wore-out blue jeans and cowboy boots. Scoot right on over next to me. It's looking like a back road tailgate shade tree. This is something I can really get used to, 'cause country sure looks good on you. It's always the same four walls and non-stop phone calls. Third cup of coffee instead of front porch sweet iced tea. Girl, it's a rat race you can't win. Let's slow things down again. Baby, slip off them high heels, business suits, slide into them wore-out blue jeans and cowboy boots. Scoot right on over next to me. It's looking like a back road tailgate shade tree. This is something I can really get used to, 'cause country sure looks good on you. Baby, slip off them high heels, business suits, slide into them wore-out blue jeans and cowboy boots. Scoot right on over next to me. It's looking like a back road tailgate shade tree. This is something I can really get used to, 'cause country sure looks good on you. Yeah, country sure looks good on you. Sure looks good on you.
That is the brand new single yet to be released from Tony Corrales and the Tony Corrales Band from Arizona. He is coming back to country music, ladies and gentlemen, and man, we are sure glad he does what he does, and he's going to keep doing it as well. A video is in the works, a new album is in the works. You guys check out the Tony Corrales Band and follow them on Twitter as well at TCB Country. Well, this next artist had our Song of the Week last week. We're going to play it right now. Our featured Song of the Week is coming up shortly for this week, too. Her name is Jessica Nichols. She is from Nashville, Tennessee. You can follow her at JNickelOfficial on Twitter. This is Hard to Forget on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on a 2 for Tuesday.
I taste sweeter than the drink I'm drinking, and you know better than to think what you're thinking. This room, your heart, your head, your world is spinning. It's like pouring gas on a fire. It's only the beginning. I'll take you never been. The church and your mama won't forgive your sins. You'll be trapped in my spell once you kiss these lips. I don't play hard to get. Oh, and I'll take you places that you ain't never been. The church and your mama won't forgive your sins. You'll be trapped in my spell once you kiss these lips. I don't play hard to get. I play hard to forget. Ooh, yeah, I'm hard to forget.
Indie Country Radio is the one-stop shop for indie artists, from logo design to artist promos that you can send to any station. You create the music, and we create the ways to get it heard. To find out how to take your music to the next level, send an email to indiecountryradio@yahoo.com. Let our proven system work for you. Find out why Indie Country Radio is truly New Country's best.
Kill the lights, lock the door, don't let anybody in. There are things I'm gonna do to you that I promise you won't forget. Nobody needs to know your secret's safe with me. Let's get lost in our shadows. Find what we both need. I'm gonna hold you down, make the whole room spin around, watch you lose control, get inside your soul. I wanna lose my breath, feel your heart beat right through your chest. I hear you calling out my name, never ever wanna leave this place. Break these chains. I can't stand more lonely nights. When will I see you again? My heart aches every time you go. It's past the point of being just friends. I'm gonna hold you down, make the whole room spin around, watch you lose control, get inside your soul. I wanna lose my breath, feel your heart beat right through your chest. I hear you calling out my name, never ever wanna leave this place. Break these chains. I'm gonna hold you down, make the whole room spin around, watch you lose control, get inside of your soul. I wanna lose my breath, feel your heart beat right through your chest. I hear you calling out my name, never ever wanna leave this place. Let go of pretend, forget about her and I'll forget about him. I hear you calling out my name, never ever wanna leave this place.
Her name is Jessica Nickel, J Nickel Official. If you want to find her on what we call the big Twitter machine, and tell her you heard her 2 times today on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on a 2 for Tuesday. Break These Chains, and a song of the week last week, Hard to Forget, from Jessica Nickel. Well, I saw a picture of her in front of a microphone with headphones on. She's not a radio DJ, ladies and gentlemen. She is a great country artist, as well as a pretty good chiropractor's assistant. I'm I'm going to say. And she's from Nashville, Tennessee, so hopefully she's coming out with some new music if she's in the studio, and I'm thinking we're going to be getting it pretty soon. Awesome stuff. Well, our featured song of the week is coming up next, but first, this one from the Lewis Hill Project. It is called Breathless on Today's Country from Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
The way that moon sitting up in that sky takes me back to that night I picked you up at 8. It was our first date. We went beachfront cruising in my old man Chevy. Down by the ocean, things got heavy. We were 17. We were wild and free, yeah. But I ain't seen you in forever. I always think of you this time of year. Love was reckless, 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 baby. You drove me crazy, crazy, crazy in that backseat. That summer sun was gone and you left me breathless. The sound of those waves crashing on that shore, your golden skin and your long hair blowing in the wind, fire in your kiss, with that moon shining on that sea, matched the color in your eyes of green. We were chasing stars off into the night. See those footprints in the sand. Takes me back to that time again. Love was reckless, 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 baby. You drove me crazy, crazy, crazy in that backseat. That summer sun was gone and you left me breathless. Time of year. Love was reckless, 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 baby. You drove me crazy, crazy, crazy in that backseat. That summer sun was gone and you left me breathless.
First on today's Best Country.
Lisa Binder, U-Haul.
We'll pack it up in a U-Haul. Baby, where you're going doesn't matter at all.
That's always a thrill when you hear a new single for the first time.
Every trip to the truck gets you closer to God.
Sherry Rowe, Moonshine.
Play all the new stuff first.
The Tony Corrales Band. Country Looks Good on You.
Scoot right on over. Next to me, it's looking like a back road tailgate shade tree. This is something I can really get used to, 'cause country sure looks good on you.
When you're on today's best country, you're getting the newest music first.
The featured song of the week is next on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Got lost in the middle of nowhere. Took a left till we ran out of pavement. The old dirt roads was our final destination. Turned the dial, checked the FM stations. Those dash lights said the mood right, baby. You and me getting backseat crazy. Yeah, it feels so right. And every song that played on the radio that night said everything I needed to say. Check, yes, and no, you look so good in love. Ain't nothing better than George Strait. Didn't have to speak a word that night. We let the radio play. Up to sunrise, hungover from the love of last night. I pushed the hair away from your eyes. Look at you, baby, glowing in the sunshine. Little walk down by the creek side, flowers in your hair, skinny dipping on my mind. Hang your tank top on that limb. Come on, baby, let's jump right in. Every song that played on the radio that night said everything I needed to say. Check, yes, and no, you look so good in love. Ain't nothing better than George Strait. Didn't have to speak a word that night. Let the radio play. Song that played on the radio that night said everything I needed to say. Check, yes, and no, you look so good in love. Ain't nothing better than George Strait. Didn't have to speak a word that night. No. Let the radio play.
That is our featured song of the week. It is called Let the Radio Play. They are the Lewis Hill Project. You can check out that song all week long on our website, IndieCountryRadio.net. Just hit that More tab on the right, drop down to Featured Song of the Week. There is a player on there to let that song play anytime you want, even when we're not live on the air like we are right now. The Lewis Hill Project, Let the Radio Play, our featured song of the week. And before that, another great tune from them called Breathless. Well, this Friday, I'm going to be interviewing this gentleman. His name is Hoss. He is from San Antonio, Texas, and we'll hit the airwaves at 11 o'clock Central Time. He'll call in about 11:30, and we'll be speaking to him live right here on Indie Country Radio. Let's play him live right now. This is called Livin' from Hoss, S-A-T-X on Twitter, and live right now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I'm working 9 to 9 nearly all the time, 'cause I can't get by without overtime. Ramen noodles ain't fine cuisine, and they ain't my thing. Got a broken down truck, bills stacking up, need a little kicker in my Dixie cup.
So I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my time, my tequila with a lime. I'm gonna hang out on the beach with my guitar and I'll be chilling. One-way ticket in my hand, building castles in the sand. Without a doubt from here on out, I'm gonna be living. Yes, I am. I'm gonna grab a margarita with my little senorita. Tell the boss man I don't need ya. There comes a time when you gotta draw that line, and I found mine, standing strong, moving on, just like that Johnny Paycheck song. Take this job and shove it up your behind, where the sun don't shine. Everybody's talking about all those things I can't live without them. I'm just about through, so I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my time, my tequila with a lime. I'm gonna hang out on the beach with my guitar and I'll be chilling. One-way ticket in my hand, building castles in the sand. Without a doubt from here on out, I'm gonna be living like I just don't care. To no millionaire, 'cause no amount of money's worth my time. I'm gonna take my time, tequila with a lime. I'm gonna hang out on the beach with my guitar and I'll be fine. One-way ticket in my hand, building castles in the sand. Without a doubt from here on out, I'm gonna be taking my time. I'm gonna hang out on the beach. I got that ticket in my hand. Without a doubt from here on out, I'm gonna be living.
Because there's no such thing as enough country. You know that great song that you just can't get out of your head? We're playing it right now. Wow, it's like we're right there inside your head. Okay, well, maybe not literally.
Don't touch that dial!
Broadcasting worldwide from his basement.
In the basement! 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 Up to the basement! In the basement! In the basement!
We've been cleared for takeoff.
You're listening to Tim Kelly
On Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I've always been known as a gambling man, taking chances wherever I can, always trying to get something for nothing, man, that ain't no plan. I've been knocked down, kicked around, stuck in a rut, and I needed just a little more than lady luck, and so I worked real hard, played my cards right, got me a natural full house all night. Hey mama, yeah, I must be doing something right. I'm going all in 'cause I'm in it to win. Am I the luckiest man alive to wind up with a pair of queens? Yeah, the sweetest day you've ever seen. They go good with my three kings. I'm start. Hey, I didn't come here to settle for 19. I got a pair of queens. Man, I'm glad I didn't double down on that crazy wheel that keeps spinning round. I still can't believe that she didn't leave. But just look at my hand and you'll know I'm a lucky man. Yeah, I must be doing something right. I'm going all in 'cause I'm in it to win. Am I the luckiest man alive to wind up with a pair of queens? Yeah, the sweetest band you've ever seen. They go good with my three kings. I'm just an ace in the hole. Well, one's got me down on the other, my heart, and I knew I had a winning hand from the start. Hey, I didn't come here to settle for 19. I got a pair of queens. I got a pair of queens. And Lord, I'm a lucky man. All right.
You can check out the video to Pair of Queens on Indie Country Television. Head over to our website, IndieCountryRadio.net. Click that More tab on the right, drop down to Indie Country Television. We've got 2 channels already, probably going to be adding more. You guys make some great videos, too. Love the Indie Country artists and the fully produced videos they've got. There's a whole bunch of them on Indie Country Television. And don't forget, at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time this Friday to tune in for Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, and I will be interviewing the one, the only Hoss. Well, this next artist is from Oklahoma. He will finish up our double plays today. His name is Brent Giddens. This is called Why I'm Single on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best. It's 2 for Tuesday.
People ask me when I'll ever settle down, start a family and stop all this going out. Well, I've had my share of love's do's and don'ts. So if you are in my boots, let's make a toast. Here's to the future, here's to the past, to that sexy thing there sitting in the back. Oh, I love to dance and I like to mingle. Bartender, pour me another double as I count all the reasons why I'm single. Now I'm not against finding my true love, just as long as they're down for living it up. But until I get there, I'll be right here, singing along with the band and raising my beer. Here's to the future and here's to the past,
on Indie Country Radio.
Never thought that I'd be French braiding hair, picking out Sunday dresses, pretty things to wear. You gave your reasons and you had to run. Our two baby girls had their whole world come undone. I picked up the pieces, we moved on. Now I'm giving all my love to the girls here in this tub. Get those tangles in their hair, tangles in their life. They're gonna need a daddy, oh, to tuck them in at night. Times will be tough, oh, without a doubt. All they gotta do is call on me, and I'll work those tangles out. Coached them both at T-ball and gymnastics class, watching princess movies just to see them laugh. I'm keeping up the scrapbooks and I'll wait up at prom. I'll take away the cell phones when them boys don't leave them alone. I do all of this when I think of you. I'll do a little more, 'cause that's just what daddies do. Got those tangles in their hair, tangles in their life. They're gonna need a daddy, oh, to tuck them in at night. Times will be tough, oh, without a doubt. All they gotta do is call on me, and I'll work those tangles out. I see your eyes and your smile on their face in the mirror as I brush the pain away. Never understand how you could give this up, but I thank God I was here, and I pray I'll be enough when they get those tangles in their head, tangles in their lives. They'll need their daddy, oh, to help them get through life. Times will be tough, oh, without a doubt. Don't you know I'll always be right here, work those tangles out. Work those tangles out.
He is a single dad, and that's a song he wrote about his two daughters. Good stuff, isn't it? From Brent Giddens from the state of Oklahoma, and a great tune called Tangles, and before that, Why I'm Single. Well, I played singles today, but I played lots of doubles, and that's how we do it on a 2 for Tuesday, and I'm glad you guys could tune in today. We had a great time. I want to thank Mr. Terry Douglas for a great live radio interview this morning as well. You can check the recorded podcast out and play it over and over again, just head over to Spreaker.com. Up in that little gray box at the top, search Indie Country Radio. And don't forget to find Terry Douglas at terrydouglasmusic.com and buy his music. Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for me. You guys have a great day. I will see you tomorrow on the radio at 11 o'clock Central, right after you rise and shine with Brenda Corbin at 9 a.m. Eastern Time with Mr. Matt Weston. Another great radio interview. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on, I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that